I think that's a new thing. That's just a new thing. So we're live now, but that's just a new thing that you can do. You can set a live video and, like a 10-second thing.
Oh, yeah, like the little intro, outro thing?
Yeah.
I guess I should check this out.
You want me to say something so you can hear whether I'm live, actually live? I have things to say, but I'm not ready. Are you ready to go? Can you hear everything?
I mean, not yet. I can't.
No, you can't. Oh, no.
But that doesn't mean you're not talking.
Okay. Well, it is the full moon, so it's good to test the equipment, I guess, before we go live here. Is there anyone here that can hear us? Is there anyone out there?
Maybe there is someone here.
Oh, okay.
Movie Addict.
Hello, Movie Addict. Hello. Can you hear us okay? We're we have to test the equipment. It seems like, because it's the full moon, right?
There we go. Now
Cinnamon.
I can hear you.
Cinnamon Dave. Is that what I love that. Oh boy. So usually I'll do a little intro and then usually I do a recorded video. I'm telling you, Jesse's here, by the way.
And Movie Addict is here.
Movie Addict is here too, right? Exactly. Usually I do a recorded video where I react to the Criterion releases, but I thought we would just, I'm so excited today. My words are getting all mixed up. We would do a live video because we haven't gone live in a while. And I would just react to the Criterion releases, but of course we can talk about anything movie related, anything blog related that we're doing, anything Halloween related, anything. How many more topics do we have? That's about it, right? So welcome everybody. Please feel free to leave a question or add a comment or ask a question. I already said that, ask a question.
Yeah.
I'm having fun today.
Practice.
We're having fun today. We should say we're if you've been watching the weekly vlogs, Andrew is here. Good morning, Andrew. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning to you. Our furnace broke, so we have to. So we have space heaters, which are actually working really well in the apartment, but they came by. We had a sort of a harrowing weekend where we had to have the. I don't even know where to start with this story, but
so basically the heating component cracked, so it triggered the furnace to only blow air.
Yeah,
there's no heat, there's no air conditioning. So after an entire day of listening to the blower, which would never turn off, by the way,
it didn't turn off, so we felt like we were
off.
Yeah.
So after that, we were just like, all right, we'll just go with no heat because we didn't have any heat anyway. We didn't know that, but we didn't have any heat anyway. So now we have a space heater, and there's a new furnace on the way.
But it's going to take a while, so we're getting the space heaters. But I like the space heaters; they're pretty good. I mean, so far.
I mean, yeah, but it's barely getting below freezing at night right now. So.
PD675 said, "Hey, what's your favorite imprint box?" I love the imprint box sets. I'm just going to say the Sidney Lumet box set is probably my favorite so far.
Yeah. You
can hear the heater a little bit in the background.
I mean, I don't think they can, but we can.
Can you hear the heater? Let us know if you can hear the heater in the background.
I'm sure they can.
So anyway, I think we're up. It's going to take a long time. It might be Christmas time before we get.
Oh my goodness! You keep saying that.
You don't think so?
Go all winter without a furnace. No, it's going to be like 2 weeks.
I think it's going to be more like 3 weeks. That stuff's on back order, I heard.
Well, even if it is 3 weeks,
it's not on back order,
but before Thanksgiving, before American Thanksgiving.
That's true. Yeah.
Well, aren't you going to do your announcement?
I'm going to do,
because this is a spoiler.
I'm going to do a little bit of an announcement.
You claim that it's a reaction video, but you've read the titles.
Oh, there's the train today. It's Thursday.
Yeah.
I've read the titles. No, I know. I'm gonna.
And you have to react to the announcements before you talk about this one that you want to talk about.
Yeah, I'm not going to show it just yet, but
yeah.
But anyway, we're going to react to I think we're both going to react to this because you're going to see me react to it. I looked at the website a little bit, but I wanted to sort of leave it as a reaction I could do live.
Right.
Even though I've seen the announcement already and I know about that. I wish the Criterion van came close to us, by the way. I've been seeing somebody. You know who I saw in the van the other day?
Who?
David Cronenberg was in the van.
Oh, really?
David Cronenberg, the famous David Cronenberg. But now maybe it was Maybe it was, an AI generated thing where he was in there, but I don't think so. I think he was actually in the van because it was at the New York Film Film Festival, and I think it's in. I thought it was in Brooklyn this week, but I'm not really sure.
A whole week.
I think it just goes and parks there. I wonder if they have a parking space for it, a special parking space for it.
No, they don't have a designated parking space. This is New York City.
That's true, but maybe they have to have one for the van. Can you call it a van or is it a truck? I'm not really sure. We're just all over the place today.
What do they call it? How do they refer to
it? I think they call it a van, but I could be wrong.
It looks like a bread truck to me.
It looks like so maybe they make bread in there too. I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know what happens, but
so
yeah. We can talk about other stuff other than Criterion too, if there's interest, and if anyone's interested in that. I'm interested in it, but we're watching, before we get into it, we're watching a lot of Friends, by the way, and we're really, really moving fast through Friends, the series, the TV series.
Our current rate is 1 season a week.
1 season a week. I don't think I've ever moved that fast.
24 episodes a week.
Yeah.
Which is on par with like the rate at which we watch like Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul.
I know. I'm pretty surprised. And let us know too if there's any audio issues. PD675, what's your favorite all-time old TV show?
Oh, did you just start the Columbo talk?
Columbo, and also Star Trek, probably the original series. But we were just talking about Three's Company this morning too. But that's not my favorite. There's so many. MASH, the Bob Newhart show.
Favorite.
Favorite.
Not just like
it's got to be Columbo. It's got to be Columbo.
Yeah.
The movie addict said I ended up getting the 4K for Friends.
Wow.
Mike D's collection is here. Hello, Mike D. Hello. Great to see you here also. Truck versus van. Looks like, truck. Is it, Mike, let us know if it's a truck versus a van. I guess it could be a truck. I don't know if it's a truck.
I don't know, because this was last time.
Maybe they'll have pastries in the front or something.
Last time we talked about it, we were talking about, do you need a commercial license to drive the truck?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And we were told, no, you don't.
It'd be perfect, because there's rules for the van or truck. And that is you have 3 minutes in there. You can take pictures, I think. I don't know if you can use your own equipment. But of course, I would love to be in the van or truck. I'm just going to say van or truck now until there's a definitive answer there. Andrew said, do I have any John Lurie CDs? No, but I love John Lurie. And I love the, I can't remember the band they was in, but
the Lounge Lizards.
The Lounge Lizards. Yeah, thanks for that. The Lounge Lizards. I don't have any, but of course I love John Lurie. And of course his paintings, I look at all his paintings on, I think he shares what he's doing on X, and we love that HBO series too, by the way, Painting with John.
Yeah. Oh,
which I'm sad it was canceled.
He's probably going to start Xing. I'm just going to call it tweeting, about posting, basketball, right? He's a big basketball. Is he a basketball fan?
Yeah. We have a lot of basketball to watch too. I think he is a basketball fan from wherever he's living now.
Yeah.
No, but what I was going to say is, so you get 3 minutes in the van or truck, and we saw a couple of those. It seems like the overhead lighting in the van is not the best for video, but I mean, of course, I would love to be in there. Criterion says it's an 18. Oh, thank you so much, Mike. Criterion says it's an 18-foot delivery van. Oh yeah, that's right, a delivery van. But here's my thing. So you have 3 minutes in the van, and you can take some video. I'm guessing you could use your own equipment if you wanted to. I would, if I was there, I would say, can I use my own equipment, or can you take some video while you're, because we would probably both go together.
I feel like the answer is no, because if you were like, oh, I want to use my own stuff, then it will take like 10 minutes.
Yeah, but if you're just using your phone, though, if you're just using your iPhone, that's fine.
Yeah,
right?
But most people can't like film themselves.
True.
So you have to like use whatever theirs are. And then we've seen the pictures, and like they're just, I don't know, it's just not. It's not as like Instagram worthy as like other photo opportunities.
But I would still love it. But here's my thought. So if it is a delivery van, there's a person in there with you, and you get 3 minutes, so you can pick whatever you want. I think 3 minutes. I'm guessing. But I haven't seen people racing around the van either. They're just getting what they want, or maybe picking up a favorite because they're in the van. But then what I would do is I would have at the end, right, where you're cashing out, they give you a little cupcake with a C on it. This is just an idea that this is what I would do. I would give someone a dessert van. I would give somebody a dessert when they left the van. Here's a Criterion cupcake for you. Perfect. Perfect.
I mean,
I don't know. I mean,
I don't know.
then you have food in the van, but that's a different story.
I don't know. I'm a little uncertain about how long the novelty is going to last because it's not.
Well, then they
as
could do
much-
smaller cities, though.
Well, but
They're
as
going to do
much
bigger
as
cities.
it's like a Criterion on location, go inside the Criterion closet thing. It's not the same.
But it's also a van that delivers physical media to you, which I like.
But it kind of doesn't. Because you still have to go to the van and do the thing, and then what do you get what, like 40% off or something?
Maybe you do get 40% off, or you get some percentage off.
You can pick like 3 for 40% or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
I don't know. I think it's a nice thing, but I don't think it's going to be a long-term thing.
You don't think so, huh?
No, I don't think so.
Well, they have to go across the country, so they'll probably go to Chicago and a lot of the big cities and Los Angeles and all that.
I just think they're going to go to the film festivals, and that's it.
You think so? Wow,
yeah,
okay,
I don't
that's
think it's going to be like a food truck where it's just like, oh, we're on,
I think it'd be perfect as a food truck. You just open up the side and you can have sandwiches. You can have. Now they're watching Friends because Joey's a big fan of sandwiches.
Yeah, but I just think like they don't have any room for food. And that's a whole different license and thing. I don't know.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Then you need cooks. This is just physical media. No cupcakes. Listen to that train. I hope everybody can hear the train because I love the train. So anyway, I guess we should get into it. We're just. When is that flash sale going to happen? That's what Maddie is asking me. And of course, I have no connection to Criterion at all. But
when does it usually happen?
It usually happens I'm just going from the past. It usually happens in October sometime because November is the Barnes & Noble sale.
So probably next week.
It's probably next week usually on a Tuesday, from what I remember, is when the flash sale will happen. And I can tell you, at the top of my list, I'll just say what's at the top of my list. It is the 2 Albert Brooks movies, Real Life and Mother. And there's another one. The Val Lewton double feature. That's on my list. Yeah. So I'm hoping it's going to be, just to answer Maddie K's question, not that I have any inside knowledge at all, because I don't. When is the flash going to happen?
You do get a little tiny heads up because you're part of the Criterion
I get channel. The Criterion, right. So I get a coupon usually. Right, so that usually tells me that.
Send you a coupon a few days before the sale.
Yeah. And I'll usually get one. Yeah. Probably usually on the weekend before the sale, I'll get a coupon. Yeah. But I haven't gotten one yet, so I don't know.
But then
I thought it would have been already.
It's also tricky because the November sale may be happening.
Yeah,
but then the way the calendar is set up, it looks like maybe the November sale won't really start until maybe the 4th. Because there's like 4 full weeks. So it might be like November 4th to December 1st. That's kind of my thought.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. Oh, yeah, it could be. Yeah, it's usually the full month, which is what I'm waiting for. But yeah.
But then November starts on a Friday. So would it start earlier that Monday, or do you think it'd just be calendar?
I mean, I wouldn't think they're going to really interfere with the Halloween week. So probably next week, maybe. I don't know. That's the only. I thought it would be earlier this month.
I think the sale would be like the 22nd, but I'm talking about the Barnes & Noble Criterion sale.
Oh yeah, that'll be yeah.
Do you think it will be like the calendar month of November, or you think it's like base? Because I thought it doesn't always start on the 1st.
It doesn't always, but they usually start on a Monday, I thought. But anyway.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
We're not really sure, but let's get into these announcements, though, real quick here. And then, of course, if there's other questions or anything Halloween related, if you want to talk about, we're doing these. We're doing the 31 Days of Halloween in our vlog, in our weekly vlog, if you've been watching those. And so we're having a lot of fun doing those. And so you'll see sort of real time what we're doing.
Yeah, but temper your expectations.
Yeah, lower your expectations for the vlog, but. Because we're not watching, horror movies every night.
Because for some reason we're just not really in a Halloween movie.
I think what usually happens is we do a lot of we've been watching The Walking Dead all summer, right? So I guess we get a little fatigued of that, and then we're ready for film noir or older films or whatever. So, but anyway, let's just get to it. Should we get to it?
I guess
we got to get to it.
Yeah.
But if anything, feel free to get us off the rails if you want, but
this is way off the rails.
It's already way off the rails, yeah. But we usually have a little bit of warm up here before we get into it. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to go from the beginning of January. I just have the announcement up here, so I'm going to read a little bit about it. So the first one, which I know many people were excited about, I don't know that I'm super excited about it, but it's basically the 2 samurai film box set from Akira Kurosawa, which is the Yojimbo Sanjuro set, the two samurai films, which of course everyone, these are classics, right? From 1961 and 1962, Yojimbo and Senjuro. And I have and so there's going to be a 4K upgrade for that available on January 7th, 2025. And I'm just going to show my Blu-ray set. So it's going to be like this, right? Only 4K. And these are the two. And of course, these are classic movies. I love Kurosawa. I was just going to double check to see if there's anything additional on here. It didn't look like there were additional features, but I'll just look through them here, and because this is really exciting YouTube, of course. But so they're going to do the 4K digital restoration presented in the aspect ratio of 2.39:1. There's going to be 2 4K UHD discs of the film and 2 Blu-rays. So if you don't have the Blu-ray already, highly recommend that. And audio commentaries by Kurosawa scholar Stephen Prince, which is on the Blu-ray set already. There's a documentary on the making of Yojimbo and Sanjuro, created as part of the Toho Masterworks series Akira Kurosawa. It is wonderful to create, which is also on the Blu-ray set. Teasers and trailers, still gallery. So it looks like everything is the same.
Well, so this.
What does everyone think of this?
So it's a 4K Blu-ray box set.
It's a 4K Blu-ray box set. So if you don't have that, this is a good upgrade, right? If you want to upgrade to Blu-ray or 4K, whatever.
Yeah, but it's not going to have any extra special features because it's just the Blu-ray box set with the 4Ks.
With the 4Ks, that's right. Yeah. So anyway, this is a classic, but again, maybe not surprising. I just wish, and I've said this before, that Criterion would release more Criterion versions of other films, not just re-release things.
They would do like each month. They would do like 4 new Criterion. So essentially, like one new Criterion every week of the year, and then do upgrades as an extra.
The thing is, though, and I'm not affiliated with Criterion in any way. I love Criterion, but they could do that stuff in the background. Just upgrade 4K in the back. Just have it on the website. It's another. They don't have to,
because they don't release the January titles are not all released on the same day.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So they basically are giving you a new film every week of the year.
That's right.
So if they could do that and then do the 4K upgrades, that would be fine.
That would be totally fine with me. I don't think we need a separate announcement for that. Yeah.
That as a new title, that's fine too.
Right.
But the re-release of the 4K seems a little. It gets in the way of like a new film every week. Like, that's a nice idea, right? You can get a new Criterion film every week of the entire year. Right.
Let us know in the chat what you think of this too, or if you have any other questions. Everyone gets really silent. Everyone gets really quiet. We can hear the train noise. Let's just hear the crane. Andrew agrees. Okay, very good. We just need to make sure if it's just us in the office.
I mean, it says
right. I think so. I don't know.
Some people listening.
Okay, so let's just do the next one here.
They're so captivated.
Everyone's captivated with
with the topic chaotic live stream today.
Yeah, feel free again to ask us anything else. So that's that one. That's pretty easy. The next one I know nothing about, but it's going to be released on January 14th, 2025. I can't believe we're already talking about 2025. It's called The Mother and the Whore, a film by Jean Eustache, and I'm probably not even pronouncing that right, but I gave it a shot. This is after the I'm going to read a little bit of it because I don't know anything about this one. It is a film from 1973. After the French New Wave, the sexual revolution, and the upheavals of May 1968 came the nearly religious revered magnum opus by Jean Eustache. In this long, unavailable body of work, ranging from documentaries about his native village to closely autobiographical narrative films, Eustache pioneered a forthright and fearless brand of realism. The pinnacle, of course, you can read this on the website, right? I'm just reading since we're here. The pinnacle of this innovative style, The Mother and the Whore, follows Alexandra, a Parisian pseudo-intellectual who lives with his tempestuous girlfriend, Marie, even as he begins a dalliance with the sexually liberated Veronica, leading the three into an emotionally turbulent love triangle. So that's available on January 14th, 2025. This is another 4K, but you can get a Blu-ray as well. They have a new interview with one of the actors in the movie, it looks like. A new conversation with filmmaker Jean-Pierre Gorin and writer Rachel Kushner. Program on the film's restoration. I love those. Segment from the French television series, which I'm not going to pronounce this correctly, so my apologies, Pour le Cinéma, featuring LeBron, director, and actors from the film, and then a trailer. And there's also essays in these too, which is really great to see. You really have like the complete package there too for this movie from 1973. So I don't know anything about that one, but it's it's a new that's a new one that follows my criteria for. I can tell you the ones I'm very excited about, which are coming up.
Sorry, I'm getting distracted because
What happened? Does something happen?
There's nothing specific on the website, but the films are marked down.
I think it's like 30% off. I thought it was 30% off. Sometimes they have a 30% off thing going on. I'm looking for the 50% flash.
I know. I didn't see. It's like 10. They're all like $10 off.
$10 off. I think it's like a standing 30% off that they do. And by the way, is anyone going to get the CC40 box set? I think I was up early this morning and I ended up putting that on my list. I have most of those films, but I don't know if anyone is going to get that.
Is it like a pre-order deal? Is that?
I'm not sure, but.
Well, because I checked the pre-orders that are coming soon, and they all have like $10 off.
I think it's just a standing 30% off, but I could be wrong on that. But let me know in the chat too if anyone's getting if you're watching this on replay, if you're getting the CC40 set. I don't think I'm going to get it unless I think it's going to be good for collectors, but it is like $600, and I think if you want to get that set, if you're new to Criterion, that's a way to get a lot of the films. But I like the separate packaging. I'd rather have Yojimbo and Sanjuro, for example, in this special packaging on my shelf versus the CC40 set, which a lot of the sets are too big. You have to keep them on the top of a.
The retail price is $800.
Yeah, I think I saw it on Amazon for something like $6.99 or something like that.
$640 or $650 or something on the website, but the retail is like $800.
$800, yeah. So that's that one. Let's see. We're gonna just keep going here and see. That's why it's a little disappointing because there's not that many new releases, right? We have 3 more new releases to talk about. This next one is going to be also released on the 14th, and it's JoJo Dancer, Your Life is Calling, which I'm really looking forward to. This one's on my list. A Richard Pryor film. One of the greatest comedians of all time, Richard Pryor, gets raw and real in this brutally funny and lacerating self-portrait. Following I'm just reading from the website. Following the notorious incident in which he caught on fire while high on cocaine, nearly losing his life, Pryor exorcised his inner demons by writing, producing, directing, and starring in this dizzying Hall of Mirrors biopic and backstage drama, which traces a young comedian's rise to fame from his childhood growing up in a brothel to the colorful experiences that, well, this is a long sentence, that shaped his edgy comic voice to the addiction struggles that brought him to the brink of death. I love Richard Pryor. I think he's a genius. So this one's also 4K, but you can get a Blu-ray. It's got the one 4K disc and then a Blu-ray. So I do like it that when Criterion releases a 4K, you can get a Blu-ray as well, but you're going to pay more for the double set. There's a new interview on the film with filmmaker Robert Townsend. And then there's an interview with director Richard Pryor from a 1985 episode of The Dick Cavett Show. And by the way, so I'm excited about this one, and it's on my list. I mean, they'd all be on my list if I could get them all. I just wanted to say too, I love these Dick Cavett shows. I have this one. I have a bunch of Dick Cavett shows, but this is the Dick Cavett Show Comic Legends. Of course, you can see these on YouTube also, but I just love these. And there's the back of that one too. This has a lot of the Comic Legends, but I don't think Richard Pryor's on this one. So anytime there's a Dick Cavett interview, I love those because they're very much in depth and very interesting to listen to. So is this thing on, by the way? Is anybody here still? Do you think anyone's around still?
It says they're around, but
sometimes if I move closer to the microphone and see if anybody's around.
Maybe they're
just listening. I know it's a Thursday. It's been a busy week.
Yeah, it's been a long.
I'll just pause for a minute because I feel like I was reading very, very quickly.
Yeah, I feel like
how's everyone else doing today too, by the way?
Supercharged today or something.
I know. How's everyone doing today? I'll just ask that question and see if anybody answers it. Anyway, I'm excited about that release, and I'm excited about the Dick. Now that I'm redoing my TV shelf, so this is going to go on the TV shelf, I think.
Yeah.
Along with the other TV shows.
Are a lot of these interviews online?
Yeah, they're on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. YouTube. Oh, the Movie Attic is here. Movie Attic.
Yeah.
That's nice to know people are still here. So that's that one. See, I'll move through these really quickly, and then if there's any other, topics, you can take us off topic at any time because it often happens. This next one I'm excited about, available January 21st, 2025, The Grifters, which I don't have this movie either. So a lot of these, if I don't have the movie, I'm going to probably choose the Criterion release of it. And I'm just looking at the extra features here too, which I hadn't looked at. So this is a dark-hearted neo-noir comes to a boil under the bright Los Angeles sun in British director Stephen Frear's rousing adaptation of the novel by dime store bard Jim Thompson, a film that raises pulp to the realm of existential tragedy. I remember seeing this. I remember one particular scene in this, which was a little bit uncomfortable, but I'm looking forward to it. It looks pretty good. Angelica Houston's in it. John Cusack, Annette Bening is in it. This also comes with a 4K and Blu-ray. There's an audio commentary featuring director Stephen Frears, actors John Cusack and Angelica Houston, and screenwriter Donald E. Westlake. There's a new interview with actor Annette Bening. There's a short making of documentary. So this is on my list already, but it's nice to see all these extra features featuring Cusack, Frears, Houston, Westlake, and production designer Dennis Gassner. Seduction, Betrayal, Murder, The Making of the Grifters. I love that. And then the Jim Thompson story featuring Westlake and Robert Polito, biographer of the Grifters novelist Jim Thompson. I love when there's all these extra features are great. Plus essays as well. So that looks good, and that's on my list. I don't have the movie, so it'll be nice to get that. Mike D says, I have John Lennon's collection Dick Cavett set, which I have also. I have that also, which is a really good set. But I could, I'd love if there were more of those.
That would be a thing we would find at Big Lots, right?
That would be. Our Big Lot's closed, right? Our Big Lot's completely, closed,
we have
right?
To drive further to get to one.
I'm surprised we're not more off the rails than we usually are.
Well, the start was
off the rails.
Was pretty
15
intense,
minutes we did, yeah.
That was like an after show energy. Right?
It wasn't an after show. Yeah, you're right. So anyway, we only have one more here, and then we'll hold for questions, I guess. I don't know.
We'll just chat.
We'll just chat from there on it. So one more here. And again, I'm excited about all these releases, but this is the one probably I'm most excited about, I have to say. But these last three I'm definitely excited about. January 28th, 2025, the Anthony Mann film Winchester 73, which I'm just going to show this before I read the description. So I have Bridget is here. Hello, Bridget. Hello, Bridget. Welcome to everyone, by the way, too. We really appreciate it. This was a bit of a surprise. We're just talking about the new Criterion announcement for January 2025, which I usually do as a recorded video, but we're just doing it live today. But anyway, there's many versions of this one, but I have this Hollywood Icons collection, Jimmy Stewart, which has Harvey in it, which is a great movie, and then Winchester 73, the Glenn Miller story, and then You Gotta Stay Happy. You gotta stay happy, right?
I didn't see that.
You gotta stay happy. I don't know. I'm just making it up. There's a little description on the back.
Oh yeah, this is the collection where we purchased Harvey separately, and then we found Harvey after we had watched it.
Right.
We
might have a digital copy. I think we have a digital copy of Harvey too, which is really good. Which I really liked too. I thought that was really good. That's very rewatchable. But of course, I love Jimmy Stewart, or James Stewart, as it says in the description there, or as it says on the thing, right? That mentions James Stewart, right?
Yeah.
Instead of Jimmy Stewart. But I'll talk about this one a little bit. So this one I'm really looking forward to. Winchester 73, noirish shadows spread across the frontier in this landmark Western, the first of the celebrated collaborations between director Anthony Mann and actor James Stewart that redefine the genre with their moral and psychological intensity. Beginning his mid-career transition into increasingly edgy roles, Stewart portrays an avenging sharpshooter whose stolen rifle becomes a harbinger of death as it passed from one doomed hand to the next. And again, I'm reading this off the website. Featuring a stellar cast that introduced a touching Shelley Winters, a sensationally sleazy Dan Duria, and a pre-stardom Rock Hudson, this elemental tale of violence begetting violence broke new ground with this evocation of the West as a no man's land of anti-heroes and villains. So I'm really excited about this one. Again, I don't have a Blu-ray copy of Winchester 73, so this is one that I was thinking about picking up anyway on a Blu-ray. So this is the 4K plus Blu-ray. This has the audio commentary featuring actor James Stewart and film historian Paul Lindenschmidt. New interview with film programmer Adam Pryor on the portrayal of Native Americans in the Western genre, and then the Lux Radio Theater adaptation of the film from 1951. This is a film from 1950. It's in black and white, 92 minutes, spy number 1248. I didn't mention the spy numbers on the other ones, but we know they're going to be in the 1200s.
Right?
They'll be in, yeah, of course.
Well, now I want to see You Gotta Stay Happy.
You Gotta Stay Happy? That's not even part of the movie. I haven't seen that movie, so I don't know. But
it says running away on her wedding night, a New York heiress convinces a pilot, James Stewart, to fly her across the country along with a unique cast of characters.
Well, that's cool. I'd like to see that too. Mike said, did you see that there will be a new documentary about the Beatles produced by Martin Scorsese? I did not see that. Beatles 64 will be on Disney Plus next month, which is good to know. I was interested in Scorsese actually tonight, I think, is filming that tribute to Robbie Robertson in Los Angeles, which has a couple of my favorite musicians playing there. Elvis Costello and Trey Anastasio are going to be playing there with a lot of other people, but I thought that was pretty cool that he's going to film that. So maybe we'll see that sometime, right?
Yeah. Sorry, all I can think of is that comedian we heard on TikTok was like, if we could just stop talking about the Beatles, maybe someone else could be big.
Oh yeah. Well, everybody loves the Beatles, right? But everybody
loves the Beatles, but then they're like, there's always these new things coming out. And his point was, if people if you had talked about any other band for 50 years, they would also be popular for a long time.
Yeah, very true. Yeah, like what were they talking about in the 60s as the favorite? As the favorites.
Right.
What were the bands? Were they from the 1900s or
right,
the early 1900s?
Like, were they really talking? Was there another band you talked about for 50 years before you talked about something else?
Yeah, exactly. You actually pulled this film, which we've seen before with Jimmy Stewart in a Western, but I don't think this is not an Anthony Mann picture. I don't think, but this is another one that we watched recently. This is a Kino Lorber release of Shenandoah, which we liked.
Yeah.
Which was really good. Kino Lorber.
It's I don't know that much about Westerns, but it's like a family drama set in the West. It's not really like what I would consider, it's not like a spaghetti Western.
Yeah.
It's more of like a family.
This is like a pro-family Western.
Yeah.
Doug McClure's in it, and Glenn Corbett and Patrick Wayne and a lot of other folks. And Catherine Ross is in this, which is interesting. So anyway, this is another one that just reminded us of that. We'll talk about this one in a second. But so those are that's my immediate reaction to the January 2025 Criterion releases. But let me know what you think. Is there something you're going to pick up? Are you excited for the new sale? Are you excited for the next sale? Are you excited for any sales coming up as the holidays approach? I know Kino Lorber is always doing a sale. Warner Classics, I'm always looking for Warner Archive or Warner Classics now. Arrow, I know, is doing lots of sales these days, but I haven't really been buying as much. I'm really watching what I have. And so the other thing I'm doing on the channel too is I'm doing a study of Aki Kaurismäki films too. So I started that. And of course, we're doing the weekly vlog too. We thought about this. I don't know why we were thinking about this. Was there a reason we were thinking about this movie? Princess Bride?
Well, because we were watching something and then you said something that reminded me of Wally Shawn. And then,
oh, that's right. Yeah.
And I feel like it's a very November cozy.
That's
I
right.
just want to watch cozy things. And this seems
maybe we're getting ready for November, right? For cozier movies. I love the packaging on this one. I wish they do more like this, but this is of course
because Princess Bride is a storybook in the film, because it's like a story within a story.
Yeah.
That's the back.
This is the back card. Yeah, that's right. But anyway, this is a good one too.
Also on Disney Plus. Obviously the Criterion version's not, but the film is on Disney Plus.
I just love the cover art for this too. So if you have any other questions for us or anything else, or we can make this a short live stream. What?
You got a topic you want us to?
Yeah, if you have a topic that you want to talk about, if you think about any kind of topic if you'd like to see us do more live streams. Actually, I think I asked that question too in the last vlog too. If you'd like to see more live streams, let us know. either in the chat or if you're watching this on replay, let us know if you'd like to see more live streams or any particular topics we could do. I might start doing these reaction videos as live videos because they're a little bit longer, and I can sit at my desk and talk about them, which is a little bit easier than in front of the Criterion shelf sometimes, and it's a little bit easier to manage because I can look at the website and get into more details on it. And I really try with the reaction videos. I really try to just have a first impression. You know what I mean?
So this month you would probably buy most of these.
I would probably buy most of these. Yeah, I don't think I would upgrade my Yojimbo Sanjuro set because I have the Blu-ray, so I don't really need to.
But the individual titles.
But the individual titles, I think I would get. Yeah. Yeah.
But you prioritize Winchester.
I'd say Winchester 73, probably the
Richard Pryor title.
The Richard Pryor title, and then after that the Grifters. But those are the two that would be top for me.
And then you probably maybe would like try the French film maybe like on the Criterion channel.
I probably would try. Yes, exactly. If I look back to it, I haven't really reacted to a lot of these, but I think those that would be at the top of my list, probably from the last couple of months, I would upgrade No Country for Old Men. We have the Blu-ray on that, but I would get the Criterion for that. I already have Paris, Texas, which is coming out in December, so I don't think I'd upgrade that one. Paper Moon, I don't have that one, so I would get that one. Funny Girl, I would get. We talked about the CC40 set. Scarface, I'm planning to get. But there's a bunch of upgrades too. Just to look at the coming soon. And sometimes they have the other ones up too, the new releases. Let me just look down again. I'm planning to get Pandora's Box, which is already out. I think October 15th it came out. I'm very interested in the Val Lewton double feature. I Walked with a Zombie and The Seventh Victim. Planning to get that. These are just my my first
like
first the first ones that are
titles,
they're on my list. I'm planning to get Mother, which already came out, and Real Life, but I'm just waiting for the sales for that. And that's about it. Not that I wouldn't want to. I mean, I don't want to give the impression I would get everything if I could. I would just order everything. I would pre-order everything and get it.
Oh, Movie Addict got Demon Pond
4K and Pandora's Box on Tuesday. What did you think of Demon Pond? Have you seen that already? Let's, because I guess I haven't. Let's look at that one to see if it. Did I see that one somewhere? Maybe it's at the top. Maybe I missed it. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Demon Pond. Yeah, I love the artwork on that too. That looks really good. That looks really interesting. I mean, I would love to get all these films,
Right.
But for Movie Act, let me know if you've seen that before. If you would recommend that one. This might be one of our shorter live streams today because we usually go for about an hour, right? And then we,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well, it depends on like how chatty everybody is.
Movie Addict said I haven't watched it yet. Is everyone having a fun October? Or are you planning to watch anything, specific for October? This is for anybody that's here. Anyone that's watching. What are we watching? We're watching Friends. I'm watching Star Trek: The Original Series. I'm on season 2 of that. I'm watching Aki Kaurismäki films, and
film study.
I'm doing the film study, and then I watch a lot of YouTube also. So I've been watching interviews. I've been watching those Rick Rubin interview, I think, with Rick Beato on his channel.
Well, our days have kind of shifted, so we don't have as much afternoon time to watch things as we
that's true. Yeah, we finished Seinfeld. Which we
Seinfeld.
didn't really. I mean, it's harder to get through the last few episodes. They're not as good, so I'm glad they.
Season 9 starts really strong with a lot of episodes that are on a lot.
Yeah,
and then the end of the season just kind of falls off.
Kind of fizzles.
Yeah.
And then we really haven't gotten back to the Walking Dead universe since the summer. We haven't gotten back to that, but I'm hoping we will.
Daryl Dixon season 1 and liked that. Then we tried Dead City, and I feel like we just got really stalled because it just wasn't doing it for me. And then we wanted to watch The Ones Who Live, but I feel like maybe we should try Daryl Dixon season 2.
Yeah, we can. Is that the Book of Carol?
Yeah, the Book of Carol.
B-Dubs Movie Club said, "How's it going?" It's going good.
Movie Hub.
Did I get that wrong? Oh, Movie Hub. Yeah, Movie Club. Sorry. Currently doing a rewatch of the Halloween series, and we'll post a ranking video once I'm through. Oh, that's cool. We did that once too. We went through all the Halloween movies.
In like 2018, 2019.
We do end up, as it gets closer to the end of the month, we will watch Halloween 1978.
Is that video still on the channel?
I thought our rankings were still on it, but those are early videos. But.
It's a very old video, but I think we re-released the content as like a it's like all, instead of it being, we originally did one video per film.
Yeah.
And then we did like a super cut.
Like a clip show?
Like all of them.
Yeah, together.
Yeah.
Movie Addict said, I did also get I Walked with a Zombie in the Seventh Victim, which I'm looking forward to. Of course, I'm going to probably watch Cat People and Curse of the Demon, probably, which is not a, I don't think it's a Val Lewton production, but
yeah, I think
we'll watch older films.
We're kind of more in like a Universal horror mood, but the Universal Monsters channel we watched a lot of that stuff in the summer, and so now we just aren't really reaching for sitting down to watch a movie.
Although I was watching a couple of episodes of the Munsters the other day, right? We had the Munsters on because
the
they
Universal
switched.
Monsters channel has the Monsters.
Yeah, I think a lot of the Universal Monster stuff moved to Peacock, which I noticed, and Criterion, yeah. And so we were watching the Munsters a little bit, which I liked, which I hadn't seen before. I forgot how funny it was. Anybody hear the train over here?
I don't know.
I haven't seen the Pigeon Tunnel. I haven't seen that. Andrew was asking about that. I haven't seen that one.
We're watching the Twilight Zone.
Twilight Zone. Yeah. Oh yeah. So you introduced your girlfriend to Halloween. So your girlfriend hadn't seen Halloween at all, or? James C. said, did you buy any of the Shocktober Shout Factory sale or recent Fall Kino sale? I didn't get anything from the sales, but I was looking at those. I have a lot of the titles included in the sale I already had. But they do have, Kino Lorber always has the While Supplies Last sale, which is getting smaller and smaller too. So if you're interested in something, it's good to go to their website. They always usually have a sale running as well. But I didn't get anything from the Shout Factory sale either. I had some issues, I think, ordering from Shout Factory directly.
It just had like
a while back. There was like
long processing time or something.
Yeah, it was really delayed, and they also they charged me right away. So they had the money already, and then I waited like a month and a half to get it.
Well, yeah, wasn't that the one where one time you had to email them and say like what's happening with this order or something?
Yeah, Movie Addict. What did you think of Rob Zombie's The Munsters? I haven't seen it yet, but I know people said they didn't like it. Mike D said she'd never seen any the Halloween movies somehow. Interesting. So what did she think of those? I mean, I like the first few. I think when it gets to be the later ones, except for I like the reboot, right? The reboot Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends.
Yeah, I like the first two of the original.
Yeah, but we like Halloween 3. We like Halloween 3 also. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't count that
because Halloween 3 is its own thing. Yeah.
And originally, I really didn't like it because I watched it because it's called Halloween 3, thinking it was part of the whole. And I get that it's part of the franchise, but it's not part of the franchise. But I was just like disappointed because I'm like, this is not the same. And then if you watch it as a standalone, you'll be a lot more impressed.
Yeah, we were. I was thinking about. I really want to see The Thing.
Oh, yeah,
and I'd like to see The Fog also.
But yeah, it's been a while.
We were. I don't know if I could talk about this a little bit, but like we experienced something interesting. Every time it seems like we start to watch a Stephen King adaptation, something happens, health-wise or whatever. When you're reading Stephen King, but that happened.
Health-related happened. So I started reading Thinner like years ago, and then like you had a
health issue
problem. And then I started reading Pet Cemetery, and then
we have other health
things started to happen. So I'm like, all right, I'm not reading Stephen King anymore.
So it's like I don't know what it is about that, but I mean, I love Stephen King, but of course last year I think we watched The Mist.
Yeah, but watching things is okay. Reading things, although we were also watching The Outsider, and then
that's right, The Outsider.
We didn't finish it.
We didn't finish The Outsider. So there's like a superstitious thing we have with Stephen King adaptations now. Because we don't want to. There's certain things we don't that we don't watch if we have something that's not good related to it.
But we also can't watch Survivor.
We can't watch Survivor anymore. There's certain things we can't watch anymore because we remember it as something happened during that time we were watching Survivor or whatever. But
we literally did not finish The Outsider.
We didn't finish The Outsider, yeah. But And also we talked about this in the vlog. I can't remember if it was last week or this week, but we watched King on Screen. I think it was last week's vlog.
Yeah.
And we didn't like it. I was really looking forward to King on Screen, and I didn't really like it. But I think the beginning was really strange. There was some odd music in it.
I liked the beginning, but then it went so long that I was
just
like, is the whole thing like this? And then after that, then the way it was introduced was just like a little bit awkward, because it's like a lot of people explaining the films, but then if it's for Stephen King horror fans, you don't really need to be explained to. You want to hear like the connections and things like that. So it was just like a little disjointed and a little confusing to me.
Well, I think when we were watching Horror's Greatest on AMC Plus, we liked that more. Because at least they went through. I like it in a documentary. I like it when they give the name of the person, they talk about the movie, and it's like the King on Screen seemed to just be all over the place, and it almost seemed like an advertisement or something.
Yeah, it was just very.
But that's just our.
Also, it was a little bit biased because most of the people that were being interviewed were directors that had directed King adaptations.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So that's interesting. That's an interesting angle. But then, like, make that more obvious that you're talking to the directors that made King on Screen. Then, okay, now maybe my expectations are shifted.
Yeah, very true. Anyway, Mike said she liked the first one. I need to see 2, and then I did explain how 3 is not connected, which leads to more questions. Yeah, of course. Well, it'd be interesting to see
There's
what
some
you think.
Great TikToks that explain like the phases of Halloween, and then I've also seen like some flow charts about like different orders to watch the movies, which is pretty fun.
Yeah. Well, I think last year we were planning to watch the newer ones, right? Again, I can't remember. No, I think if you watch like Halloween 1978 and then watch the newer ones, that's a way to do it too, I think. Or we saw a watch order with that in there, which is pretty good. But we need to see I haven't seen Halloween 2 in a while, and 3 would be interesting to watch. But how many? 3, we only have 2 more weeks left, and
3 is fun October. Because 3, like I like to watch 3 and The Fog because they have like that same like main actor in them. Yeah,
but we have to be very careful now when we're watching Stephen King things or talking about Stephen King. Ooh, gotta be careful on that.
That's right.
But let us know. We have, we can, stick around too if there's more questions or
if you've got more things to talk about.
If you have anything else to talk about, let us know and we'll stick around for a little while longer.
It's also interesting how sometimes movies really hit and then sometimes they're a miss, but like nothing's changed. Like we've changed, the film hasn't changed, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like there was a couple of years we really liked the Hotel Transylvania movies, and then we tried to watch the first one this year, and we're like, why did we like this? We're like very confused.
I think we had a lot of fun with Universal Horror also this year, as we talked about, but it just happened early. We ended up watching in like the end of July and August. So
that's true. And then there was like that one day I was like, oh, let's just see what's on there, because we sat down for a few minutes and then the channel had completely disappeared because they restructured it for October.
Mm-hmm.
So then it was a little. I think I want to watch The Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah, Bride of Frankenstein's good too. Were you saying Bride of Frankenstein? The actual Bride of Frankenstein doesn't appear that much in the movie, right? It's near the end.
I feel like she doesn't. She's not in it for very long.
Yeah, but has a very dramatic scene in it. But
yeah.
Any other questions? I feel like everyone's very silent. You and I are always talking.
Well, we sat down that one night. We sat down and started Dracula. That was fun.
Dracula's good. Yeah, we were watching it when it was very. I think very dark and quiet.
I feel like we just get kind of torn because we have like a specific evening routine that we like, and then we have to change it if we're going to watch like a movie in the dark.
Yeah, very true. And I'm usually watching Star Trek at night. I have to start Columbo again, I think.
Are you going to finish Star Trek first?
I'll finish Star Trek first, but then we also have Next Generation. But I'm thinking about maybe doing the Star Trek, the original series, and then the movies, the original movies again, and then maybe starting Next Gen and the.
Well, do you still need to watch the new third Star Trek?
I still need to watch the new third reboot, which I don't think is a J.J. Abrams one, but anyway, I always enjoy that. I think this always happens around this time of year when I start to get into Star Trek a little bit more. So,
well, Star Trek's kind of cozy. They're just on the show.
It is a little cozy, yeah. Yep. Mike said the only Scream sale items I got was the Universal Horror Collection, volumes 4 through 6. I really need to pick up more things. I just, for whatever reason, I haven't been buying as much. I have a pretty large curated collection that I've been going through and enjoying what I already have, which I think becomes a collector's, dilemma. Do you keep, buying things? I just haven't seen as much other than Criterion maybe and a few titles here and there. I did pick up another Sergio Leone movie that I didn't have. And what was that other movie I picked up that I was looking for? I can't remember now, but anyway, there'll be a haul video for that. But I'm just watching what I have. I think that's the thing. You know, if you have a collection, it's good to. Andrew said, "Is there a Jaws Lego update?" It's in the box still. We're still working.
We have not started it yet.
So over here, if you can see behind us over here, let's see if I can point right. This is the puzzle station now.
Yeah.
Once the puzzle starts to go, probably as it gets colder, we'll start the Jaws Lego set.
The thing is with the Jaws Lego is I have a specific way I like to do Lego projects, and it requires needing like 20 to 40 minutes.
Yeah.
In a like somewhat undisturbed.
Yeah.
So depending on how our morning is going, I don't really start because the Legos come in a series of bags, numbered bags, and I like to do one at a time. And I like to start and finish the bag in like a sitting. And we just haven't started it yet.
And when you say undisturbed, you mean I'm distracting you, so you have
no,
to.
No, like I like to listen to music and like hang out, but
that's probably true though.
Lately, we've been like working on the vlog, we've been making graphics, we've been working on content, we've been thinking about what are we filming today, what are we filming, like what's the schedule. So I mean, before, like when I built R2D2, which I don't think we've shown on the vlog. Maybe we'll put them in the vlog.
Maybe we'll put that in the vlog. So we'll put that in the vlog so you can see R2D2, which was a tough build, I feel like.
Yeah, it's very complicated inside.
Yeah.
But I typically worked on that like Sunday mornings.
Yeah.
So like we had like a Sunday, we weren't really doing anything. But now the vlog is 7 days. So Sundays are
for the 31 days of Halloween, yeah. So a little bit of extra content in there too. Right.
So like we just don't have enough like downtime to be working on it.
So the update is we'll have to probably in the next couple of months, I would say we would start on that. And I was also thinking too, as you were saying, like if you're doing like a bag at a time, we might do a little bit more of a time lapse type of thing, or would show So
I think I tried when I did the Seinfeld one a while ago. I thought about doing a time lapse, but I just like didn't. I don't know. It was tricky to figure out how to make the camera work, but I think we're more skilled.
We're getting there, yeah. I mentioned this in the vlog too, but I just finished reading the Jaws log again too, which I thought was really good, especially the updates near the end. I think the 25th anniversary of the Jaws log was really interesting to hear everything they went through. And I talked about this in the vlog too. I'll take a little pause here for another. We're almost at an hour. We might make it to an hour today. I don't know. I'll pause a little bit and if there's any other questions, let us know. But I'm reading Star Trek Memories now too, the William Shatner book. Yeah. Which I don't know if I talked about this on the channel before, but a little ways away from us is a place where I think in Ticonderoga, New York, there's a set of all of the bridge of the Enterprise and some hallways and a few of the other, I'm not sure, but it seems like they have like engineering and stuff like that. That's a place that I would love to go. And I think William Shatner's going to be there, I think in November sometime, although it's not really clear. But of course, if you're going there, there's, packages where you can get pictures with him and stuff. And if you want to have a conversation with him or dinner with him, it's very expensive to do, but that's something that I would enjoy doing at some point. That's on my my bucket list of things to do.
I think it also said that like the schedule it could change. So I think we were a little bit unsure because I think it's like 4 hours away or something.
Yeah.
We're like, well, and the schedule's not exactly clear about like if he's going to be there every day.
Like, I don't know. I think he just is there when he wants. I had heard a story that he comes up the turbo lift, and he comes out, everybody's waiting on the bridge and stuff if you pay for this level. And then he'll sit there and answer questions. But I think at least the story that I heard was that he picks people, he points to them and says like, what question do you have for me?
I just would like, I feel like we would be just like so sad if we planned to be there like on a Saturday and he was only going to be there on Sunday or something like that.
Oh yeah.
So it wasn't clear to me if he was going to be there like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, or if it was just like the weekend and he was going to be there on a specific day. I
don't know that I would necessarily even go for that whole package. I just kind of want to be on the bridge or just because it's something I remember as a kid, and enjoying it again when I'm rewatching it, and everything in order, which I didn't really see the
because
episodes in
for a
order.
certain price, like the ticket price, I think you can still be in the room while he's there.
Yeah.
You just might not get to ask a
Or
question,
you could get a photo or something like that. But I don't think I would even do any of that stuff.
Like
I
you
would
have to
probably
pay
just
for like asking questions and taking photos, but
Yeah.
you still get to be in the room with him on the bridge, which
exactly.
is nice.
Yeah. For the holidays, I don't know if Movie Addict is still here. Should I rename myself to Cinnamon Dave for the holidays?
Or,
I don't know if Movie Addict is still here, but
I don't know.
we have about 5 minutes left. So let us know too if there's anything else you're interested in. And I hope everyone is having a happy October and enjoying your life as best you can. And life always has ups and downs, as I'm learning from the Aki Kaurismäki, film study. When you watch those films, you really get a sense of, life has ups and downs, good days and bad days and stuff like that. But I hope everybody's having a great October. We are going to be probably, I'm sure we'll watch a few more Halloween movies, and then we'll get right into Noir-vember if we even do that. I don't know if we'll do that.
Well, that's a feature on the Criterion channel, right?
Yes, absolutely. But we watch different stuff all year round. It doesn't really matter. It's whatever we're in the mood for, I think, or whatever I'm in the mood for. You're usually reading and doing other things.
I think this year I'm having trouble remembering that November is the month between Halloween and Christmas.
Yeah. It already feels like it's.
Yesterday we saw a display of Christmas cookies.
Yeah.
So
today
it's hard to.
Today we saw a commercial, which will be in the vlog too. I think you took
I took a picture,
quick,
yeah. But
screenshot.
So it's hard for me to be like, it's okay to just be in the Halloween season right now, and then remember that there's time before Christmas.
Right. I'm really trying to get to an hour. Is what I'm doing right now.
Oh yeah.
I think so.
Well, the numbers keep
3
going
minutes
up and down.
I know, it's really weird. Everyone's very quiet today, but how's the work week going? What do you have plans for the week? Does anyone have plans for the weekend? Our plan is this for the weekend. This is what we do.
Well, we're going to finish
the same thing.
Friends season 5.
Yeah. Because we're doing season a week.
Probably figure out we got to get into Halloween something.
Yeah.
Because I feel like 13 days of Halloween are coming up, right?
I'd like to see The Mist again.
Okay.
I do want to see The Mist again.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. And maybe the black and white version we could do with The Mist.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be fun.
We'll just do all we'll do the Mist, The Thing, and The Fog.
All the movies. The Thing, The Mist, The Fog. We wanted to see They Live also.
They're very hazy films, right?
Actually, They Live we haven't seen.
The Mist, The Thing, and The Fog.
Have you ever seen They Live? I don't think we watched that together. They Live.
I don't think so.
Well,
I think it was on my list. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I was also thinking about It Follows because
It Follows,
really like that one, but I haven't. Maybe I'm a little more on board with it now, but I don't know.
You didn't like that one? It Follows?
It's just a different kind of scary. So I think I was expecting more of your standard scary film. Yeah,
what's really funny too is we were talking about movies in the theater because we watch a lot of previews. Well, not a lot of previews, but once in a while we watch a preview on YouTube. And James C said, "Well, this is a great question. Will I buy the Al Pacino memoir? Yes, I will." It was really funny. I was watching the extended interview with, and thank you, James, for this question. I was watching the extended interview with Al Pacino on CBS this morning. He told a great story about Marlon Brando, and working with Marlon Brando, which is probably in the book. And it was a great story about them eating lunch or something on the set of The Godfather. And it's if you get a chance to see it, there's a shorter interview with Pacino on CBS this morning, I think, and then Sunday morning, yeah. But there's a 1 hour interview with him that I really enjoyed, and I'm definitely going to get that book. Mike D, that's the one we saw, I think. This is the one we saw. I heard a Christmas ad for Home Depot while working, and Aldi will start putting out Christmas next week. We just saw that ad today. Isn't that interesting? Yeah. Wayne said, "Hey, I saw you were on live." I think this happens a lot too. It's nice to hear from Wayne.
Yeah. Hello.
Right. Hello, Wayne.
Yeah.
Wayne,
we did see the Home Depot Christmas ad.
We did see that one. Yeah.
I've also heard from some people on Instagram that the Amazon holiday catalogs have arrived at their house.
I have to be careful too, because once we start talking about holiday things, I start to, I do a lot of singing around the house, and I have to be careful because a lot of holiday talk, and I start singing jingle bells and stuff.
But people were a little bit upset because the Amazon holiday catalog has no prices in it, because
Really?
Amazon has the prices change all the time on Amazon.
You know what's a fun catalog to get is the PBS catalog.
Oh, the PBS holiday catalog.
The PBS holiday catalog is one of the only catalogs I ordered just to look at. It's so much fun to look at, but lately I've been just going online and looking at it. But I have a couple of those, and if you've ever seen that, the Amazon catalog is the strangest thing. I listened to the Marlon Brando story was mentioned on the Conan podcast as well. Was that the story about? He tells a story about. Hopefully, this is not spoiling anything for anybody, but I'm sure it's in the book. But it's a scene where they're eating like some.
He's eating like
chicken cacciatore or something, yeah. and they're shooting the scene where Brando's in the hospital. If you've seen The Godfather, which I've seen so many times, and I guess Brando's eating his chicken cacciatore, and he's eating it with his hands, and Pacino's looking at him saying like, "What?" He's not even sure. Like Pacino says, at least in the interview I saw, he's like, should I get him a napkin? I don't know. And this is one of his idols, right? Because he's been described as like a young Marlon Brando, and he didn't even know who Marlon Brando was. And so Pacino's like, you would think they would talk about acting or anything like that, but he's just watching. He's watching Brando with this chicken cacciatore in his hand, and then he has sauce on his hand, right? And they're sitting on these beds, I guess, next to each other in the hospital scene, and he's just watching him, and all of a sudden, Brando just wipes his hands on the sheets, like he puts his hands behind him and he wipes his hands on the sheets, and he goes something like, "When you're a celebrity, they don't, nobody cares," or something like that, right? Yeah. But I think also the point of the story, I think it's a great story too, because one of the things is that one of the things I love about Brando in general, or all great actors, is you really don't know what they're going to do next, even when you watch them in a movie. Like I heard that story about, Streetcar Named Desire too, when he was on stage and stuff like that. You're really not sure what he's going to do. And that adds an element of danger when you're watching any performance. And I think Brando in particular was that kind of guy, that he would do things in a surprising way.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm definitely going to read that book. I'm glad you brought that question up. Wayne said, I'm going to be around for a while. We're on a cruise. We're leaving on our cruise to Australia next Thursday. Oh, wow. I'd love to go on the cruise. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be around for a while. We're leaving on a cruise. Well, I hope you have a great cruise, Wayne. I hope you enjoy your cruise. I wish I could get on a cruise. It's not something that I'm doing right now, but I wonder if Wayne has I don't know, Wayne, are you filming any of that do you have a YouTube channel, Wayne, where you could film that? I don't know if he does. No. What, were you looking at something?
Well, I was looking up the Al Pacino book.
Yeah, I think it's
Amazon.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can't get it.
I'm sure because what is it, pre-ordered? It hasn't come out yet, I don't think, but I could be wrong.
But there isn't like the US version.
I had it on my list. I'll have to look at my Amazon list after that. Is it, when is it coming out? It's already out?
It came out on the 15th.
Okay.
It's $24.50.
Yeah.
It's number one in theater biographies.
Yeah, I know. I want to see it. I want to read that.
I would just want to see how long it was. It's 384 pages.
No, that's not bad. That's not bad.
I thought it was going to be like that. Didn't someone else's book come out and it was like huge?
I can't remember now, but
there was like another celebrity like memoir biography kind of thing, and it was like
it was really big. I definitely want to read that, and I'm really excited to see, to get into that. But and of course I love Al Pacino, but I don't know if maybe those are the best stories from the book. I don't know. That's the thing. When he does a lot of interviews, I was really surprised. A lot of the interviews Al Pacino did, I didn't realize that he had one of the situations, I guess, where his accountant, he had a team, I guess, that took his money or something. I don't know. And he had to go back to work and different things. I don't know the whole story, but anyway, I think we're going to say goodbye for Wayne said, I do watch lots of YouTube, but I don't have a channel. Okay. Well, you'll have to, we watch a lot of those are popular channels they have.
Yeah.
Right. With the,
and I think sometimes it's nice. Like you don't have to, if you didn't want to, you don't have to show your face or you don't have to talk. Like you can show all sorts of content
Yeah,
there's
exactly. Yeah.
many interesting ways to
Many
share.
interesting ways to show that. But I mean, we love watching the cruise channel. We watch Views and Cues and Ordinary Adventures and lots of other channels there. The Tim Tracker we also watch. Um, James said if you have a BJ's wholesale warehouse near you, it's $21.99.
Oh,
Maybe they'll have a special on that. On Amazon, I don't know, but
well, I mean, on Amazon it's
$24 or something.
$24.50.
24, yeah.
Let me see. Somewhere else.
Are you checking on Book Outlet or something, or?
No, I was checking on it won't be on Book Outlet now. I was
Okay.
checking on bookshop.org, but it's a little bit more there.
Wayne says, I'll be back. I will back this up and watch later. See you in January. We'll see you in January, Wayne. Hope you have a safe trip. And I think with that, we're going to close as well. Thanks so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. And we might do these live Criterion reactions in the future. And of course, we'll answer any other questions that you have. And if you're watching this on replay, you can always leave us a comment. But thanks so much to everyone that comes to these. And whether you're in the chat now or whether you're watching on replay. We'll be back soon. You can leave us a comment too if you'd like to see more live streams. Let us know. You can leave a topic. We always say leave us a topic, and we can do that. We're hoping maybe we'll do one before the end of the month, before Halloween, and then as the holidays approach, we'll be able to do maybe a few more. But thanks everybody, and we'll talk to you soon. All right?
Yep.
Thanks everybody.